Oh, blather. There was a chicken down here. There's a contraption down here. I thought I recorded it. I didn't. Somebody put a contraption down here that had a wandering trader noise going off all the time. I think, I could be wrong on this. I'm putting puzzle pieces together without any information, and I think Skiz and Grian did it. Because I saw a clip where they were out at our house, and Skiz recognized that this was his face, thanks to Grian. So, we have a Mission Impossible thing to turn in. We needed Skiz to realize that his face was embedded in our house, and he realized it. But I think they also pranked me, and I already cleaned that up. But I'm going to start today out with a small story. That's a little sad. Right now, we're going to do something called Redstone with B-dubs. So in this music-less segment of Redstone with B-dubs, we're going to make a small little sheep farm. But I will also explain why. Why is it music-less, B-dubs? Why no music? You usually have bump, ba-dum-ba-dum, ba-dum-dum, and it's good, funny music. It was good. But I recently realized that I was being charged, of course, it's music that I have to pay the rights for. And I realized that for years, about 6 years, maybe a little more, a little less, I've been paying twice a month. Getting double paying for this service to use this song, and I got fairly upset. And I just kind of, would see the alert and be like, okay, it's fine. But had no idea that it was coming in twice. This is, my wife's the one that's good with money. I'm pretty bad with money. But anyway, once I realized that I was paying twice for this, I emailed them, and I was fairly frustrated. I was like, man, how long have I been paying twice for this? I said, cancel it. Cancel it all. I'm getting a new Redstone with B-dubs song. They didn't know what Redstone with B-dubs was, and that's perfectly fine. They don't need to know. They should know. This observer here is going to talk to this repeater, and it's going to signal strong power this grass block, which is going to then, in turn, power this, and whenever that grass block changes, it'll shear. So whenever a sheep eats that food, which is called grass, it'll shear it, and it'll go down into that minecart hopper that's jammed into that block, go down into the hoppers, and come up here. And we're going to do one of my patented click-clock clops. This is a click-clock clock. Here we go, and it's so simple. This is the easiest, the kingly way to do it. Like so, and then we'll put a repeater right there because I'm all out of redstone. So anyway, I told them, I said, go back in your records and find out if this is some sort of glitch with your company that accidentally charged me twice for such a thing. Okay, things popped up into this barrel, and it's my good things that I want. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Go check your glitch in your system and fix it now, because I certainly didn't make this mistake. The way I worded that is a little bit of foreshadowing where of course, B-dubs made this mistake. They gave me the dates back, and they said, on these days, it looks like these are when you purchased. And sure enough, I don't know if you guys know, but I went through a period where I did daily vlogging for well over a year. And how am I going to get out of here? I'll go out this way. I did purchase another license with this company at this time. And their dates, welcome! He's still alive and go in! Yes! Fantastic job. Perfect by me. And sure enough, there's my lead. Wonderful. Now this sheep will be producing for me infinitely. They're tough. The sheep are tough. Like, you can't even put anything there, which is frustrating. Maybe I could put a string on it. If you love it, baby, maybe put a string on it. Will this work? Sure enough. Okay, that's some nice coverage there. Okay, so I just want to, these sheep farms, if you have walls or fences on the side, if it's not fully enclosed and just a 1x1, some of the wool can slip out and miss the hopper. You need more hoppers and stuff. So really, efficiency-wise, this is the tops. But I do want to find out maybe a little more fun, creative way to do sheep farm instead of hiding them in a sheep bush. But that kind of works. Either way, I had the realization that sure enough, yes, I did purchase the two, but I already told them, hey, you guys have scammed me, and I want to find out why and how you scammed me. So when they came back and I had that realization, they said, are you sure you want to cancel the two plans that you have? And to save face, I said, oh, absolutely yes. So I am currently unable to use the Redstone with B-Dubs song because of my pride and stupidity and double payment. I mean, I should have just canceled I'm not vlogging. I should have just canceled that one. So, sorry. Sorry for the no song here. But I made this, I built it so fast, I don't even know if a song could have played in time. Should I try? I mean, I don't have shears. Let's give this a shear. Oh, I took the shears out. Give me that. Okay, can I reach in there? I'm not going to be able to reach in there. Aha, yes, I will. Let's give him a quick shear first. I can't shear him through the string? Can't shear him through the string. All right, that's fine. Break the string. Shear him. Put shears in, full-blown shears. Get my string back. Put the string down. Put a moss carpet on top. And we got a completed farm. And it's beautiful. And it will work like a charm, and this will constantly be giving me light gray wool at all times, which I will be needing for projects in the future. But this was a good lesson for me. This was good. A little bit of embarrassment and a bit of a wake-up call. Sometimes, now you might not know this about me. You might think, oh, B-Dubs is the sweetest, kindest, most beautiful man in the entire world. That's what my mother says. But I wake up, when I first wake up, I need about an hour to get the grumps out. I don't know why. I'm a happy boy, but I wake up kind of on the grumpy side. My family knows this, and they tell me this. And they're right. And I woke up, and I saw that I was being double charged, and I was angry, and I made a fool of myself. So maybe I gotta give myself a little bit of wake up meditation time when I first wake up in the morning. That's a good idea. Either way, I've got the Mission Impossible box here that I am in trouble for. I was supposed to turn this in. I think after I got it and read it, I was supposed to just turn it in so the cycle could keep going. Oh, B-Dubs made a big old mistake. Big mistake. Why won't this load? Load, go ahead, load. As you can see, I'm laying out some stuff here in the Cyberpunk city because that's where we're going to be working today. But things have changed slightly in this world, and it's beautiful. Let's go into the Mission Impossible building way late. But, oh, Iskal's going to be so happy that I'm turning my thing in here. Rewards to mission things. Okay, here we go. So I did complete my mission. Hand in completed missions here to get your reward. So I completed, and I did a fantastic job. We didn't get... And it goes and out it goes. Okay. And token me? Yeah. Okay. I know I'm so late. I'm so late to the party on this, but this is wonderful. We got to at least do it. Here we go. They go in. What do we get? What's our prize? I do know Skiz did notice it. I saw it on video. Not with me. We got the sunglasses! Beat up shades! Yes! It's gone. Hey. Oh, good. Oh, whew. Okay. That actually scared me a bit. And let's put them on. Let's put them on this beautiful face. They don't fit so great. The eyes blinking behind? Come on. With it. They're a little low on my head. That's fine. It looks like I'm looking. Oh, these are actually perfect for me. Look at, I mean, guys, you know, we did a Cyberpunk thing where we went crazy. Impulse built this, but then there's all this that we built in one episode, which was a lot. And as this thing progresses, you know, the overwhelm of doing all this at once. Yikes! I think Joel did a Marshmallow Man here in the city, which is hilarious. Oh, sorry for the burp. Oh, gross. But man, look at how beautiful that is in the background, Joel. That's wonderful, colorful, beautiful place. And Impulse just made this beauty. What a huge, monstrous building. So it's really coming along. The thing that I've learned here is let's just chip away. You know, we don't have to do a bunch of buildings at once. Come on, let's have some fun and let's just take one at a time. So I think to really fill this city out, we want to put a building in here. And what we're doing, I've talked with Impulse some more, and what we're really doing is we're setting a scene. Not every one of these buildings, I may have misspoke earlier, but I thought every building would have some form of purpose. That's not going to necessarily be the case. We're just kind of building a set here, which I think is very cool. Also, you'll see no pressure plates on the street because they were driving Impulse and myself crazy. So I have to work out a new street design. Oh, man. That's really looking nice. Skiz's Pyramid is looking very, very nice. But anyway, I'm thinking we're going to pop this beauty in here. And the thing that I want to really focus on is kind of helping tell this story. I want to help Impulse tell the story of this city and what's going on here. And you can see he made a video that kind of explains all of the story behind this area. And it's a pretty cool, you know, post-apocalyptic AI is taken over type story. So we want to resemble that in all the buildings. And the story does help. And so that's what I want to focus on. I have some more thoughts. I remind myself, I want to talk about concept art versus illustration. Two different art types. Very exciting talk. But I'm so excited I'm going to start building now. I want to start building this building. We're going to be very grayscale. We're going to be, it's a gray building, but it's brutalist and it's got a lot of streaks on it. So we're going to use, if I can guess properly, yes. Look at all the basalt that we're going to use. Tons of polished basalt. This is a wonderful block because up against stone, look at this. This is for those of you that really care about textures and stuff. This middle part of this texture really is very close to stone color. So what you get with a polished basalt block is two streaks, especially in the vertical fashion. You get two streaks, one on this side, one on this side. And if you want a thicker streak, you can put them next to each other. But it actually works very well. It's like kind of a runny streak down the side of a stone building. So that's kind of the build technique that we're going to abuse and utilize in this build today. Very excited about it. Pretty hollow it will be, but I'm excited to build this guy. Interrupting quickly just to talk about another build technique. When you're building very tall and very big, ground level stuff is important. When you're on the ground, you want to see things that all kind of look good and that are nice looking close up. But way up there, unless there's like a ledge or a balcony where people are going to be a lot, you're not going to see that very much. So glass, in that case, works very nice to help because that is a see from a distance thing. So I'm doing something where I'm helping kind of bridge some gaps and transitions with glass. So when you go like this, and let's say we've got this basalt next to stone, we talked about how that looks good, but if I want to soften it, if I want to soften that transition just slightly, gray glass panes very much help with that. See how that kind of darkens that side just a little bit? And you could do some more. You can play around quite a bit with even black glass in certain places. Very rarely I've used that, but that can help. And then, is this light gray? That's dark gray. Yeah. So you can bridge transitions and help kind of smooth things over a little bit. Look at how nicely that blends from tough into stone with the glass. Again, right up here, not so much. But this is all this stuff you see at a glance. So we want to make it look good at a glance. And as we're kind of glancing at this, you can see that those transitions are kind of getting smoothed out a little bit. So that's another technique that we're using as we build. How about Beacon Beam City? How about that for a name for a city? Goodness sakes, Beacon Beam everywhere. Everywhere you look, Beacon Beam. That's all right. I like them. Nice speed and haste and whatnot. So, here we have the building, the structure in place. And it's just kind of following all those build techniques that I had talked about earlier. The only surprise, there's a little bit of copper down here with some, other messy stuff. Want it to look run down, and I think the mossy cobblestone and cobblestone helped that as well. I put some lights down here, which actually maybe take away from, I like shadow, like that's all shadow shaded and stuff, and this is a little flat, but you know what? Right now, at nighttime, oh, that's nice. Having the ground level kind of shining at nighttime, I think that's good. But now that we have this in here, boy, oh boy, I'm bored to death of it. And you know what? This segues perfectly into the conversation I wanted to have about concept art versus illustration. And as I think about it, the more I realize I don't think that I'm going to explain them properly, and I don't think I have a proper understanding. I'm going to educate myself a little better, but I think concept art is, the concept artists make stuff for video games. They show the art to a video game director, and then they kind of build the visuals and story off of that concept art, whereas illustration serves a purpose of just being a beautiful thing to look at. We really want to tell a story, but I think there's a lot of overlap with illustration and concept art. So what I want to do in an effort to kind of try to tell more story out here is I want to try to, well, first of all, visual interest, we have to add some things. I want to add some towers on top. And on these towers, if it's a post-apocalyptic and like a power outage thing that went on here, I want to add like some makeshift wires and like power cords that maybe people have been working on to try to get power up and running. So some messed up power cords and stuff up here with some towers and whatnot. I think that's going to add a lot to take this away from being just a big box, just a big gray box with texture on it. We want to give it some more shape and some more silhouette. And I think some towers will really help with that. I also am thinking, this might take some work, but I'm thinking, what if the people were stranded up here and they threw down a huge tarp that said something on it, like a huge piece of fabric that had some message on it. I think that would be cool, but I've got to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Initially, I thought, man, it'd be cool to put a bunch of buildings up here, like small ramshackle buildings up here, which I think we can do at some point, maybe over there. But I'm really liking the tower idea for this one. So I think I'm going to try to we'll go, a tarp. In the U.S., I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but in the U.S., tarps are usually like blue. They're like kind of this color or this color in between that a little bit. But I'm thinking just white, just like a big, huge white thing, because that would kind of fit in this. Blue might be a little too much pop in the game. But yeah, I think I'm going to try that out. Overall, though, here's our build. You know, on ground level, you walk past all this stuff, and it's got a good vibe. I'm happy with it. We want to, of course, put, tons of boxes and stuff. This is without the third layer of detail where it shows the life, the people living in it. So I want to start working on that a little bit with putting the towers in and this big tarp sign. Marshmallow Man. That's life. That's life in the city right there. Okay, but before I do that, why don't we take a quick commercial break? I recently got a new basketball hoop at my house, and I quickly realized that I'm just as good, if not better, than I was in high school. So I'm going to start talking about Squarespace, and I'm not going to stop until I miss a shot, just to prove how good I am. And swish. I think that sharing your skill and knowledge with the world is a very important thing for humanity. And Squarespace helps you do that very easily with their video collections tool, where you can easily upload and organize your video library on beautiful video pages. And you can even sell access to these videos in a course type format and make a little cash from it. Cash. Speaking of cash, if you're planning on selling something on your website, Squarespace helps set you up with a plethora of flexible payment options. You can accept credit cards, you can accept PayPal and Apple Pay, and some other payment options as well. Swish again! But setting up the foundation blocks of your website might actually be the easiest part thanks to Squarespace's Blueprint AI tool. It takes a few prompts from you and helps suggest the best look and design for your site, making it easier than ever for you to get started. Well, it seems like I'm never going to miss, doesn't it? I'm going to keep making it rain out on the court, and you can head on over to squarespace.com/B00100 to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. No. I just recorded my funniest moments. I was so funny a second ago. I was on fire, telling the funniest jokes. I said a joke about my blasted children up above me, banging on the floor, setting off my noise gate. And I said I love them so much, and then I started crying and said I miss them so much. It was hilarious, like dynamic shifting. And then I started talking about concept art versus illustration. Remember that thing that I said I kept wanting to talk about? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the difference between illustration and concept art is. I've been trying to say it for like 10 minutes. What's the difference between illustration and concept art? Concept art is it? I have no clue. So some wisecrack in the comments, I'd appreciate if you could just give us all. I'm going to title this episode. Wisecrack tells you what the difference between concept art and illustration is, and I'm that wisecrack. But here we are. We added these things on that we promised we would add. The towers up on top, the antenna towers, and this piece of humongous fabric hanging off the side that says, "Free us." And it's dripping because it was made hastily out of spray paint or, something else red. This tells me something, and a realization that I had in my last recording that I didn't record, that now that I have this billboard tarp strung over that says "Free us," I have to build shacks up here, ramshackle shacks on stilts or something. There's got to be like stacks of housing up here of people that were trapped up here that dropped this sign down that said "Free us." By making this, just to try to add some interest to the building, we've made ourselves another project up on top, which I think is fantastic. I think that's going to be really fun. But we also got these bad boys in. We got these antenna towers, and I might have gone a little overboard with them, but I think they're still very cool, and they add a lot of interest. There's a mob below me somewhere. these cables, I think, turned out very, very well. Of course, from close up, tough to see. And unfortunately, cables in Minecraft have to be much thicker than we'd like them to be because we can't use leads for that sort of stuff. But I think for a big jumbled tangle of wires, I think it's good. I don't like that shape right there, that one. But I like this shape a lot. This curve's real nice from all angles. So I'm happy about it. We did end up covering up the whole building with this humongous sign, but I think it really adds a lot and it's really good. And we got all these other sides that we can look at it from. We can look at it from over here and see all the wonderful texture and stuff and detail of the building. But then the other side tells a story. Tells a story for us. Concept art versus illustration. Illustration is there. Concept art is a concept that is art for you. Somebody in the comments, please explain. If you could make something inside of this death trap, what would you make? Careful. Careful now, me. Spider drop and die. What a shot in the dark, huh? If you could make something in here, what would you make? You guys are shocked that I'm hitting every shot, but I am. And I'm not missing. Okay? This is a very, very large space. And I do have, like, floors designed. Thank you for the free boots. You know, maybe even Impulse could make a farm out of this if he needs to make some sort of overworld farm. Turn this baby into a farm. It's a big size place. Feels like it could be used for something. But anyway, pretty good. I got all my stuff cleaned up as well. What a good boy. And I want to do something back at the house. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I just did another hilarious, funny bit. All right. And then I forgot to hit record again. Okay, here we go. Hey, you dumb dummy. How's a dummy day going? No, that's not what I said. My elytra's almost gone. I got to be very careful. What I want to do is I wanted to check, and I just did check, how much wool was in that farm that we made at the very start in the song list, Redstone with B-dubs. 5 wool in there. So what I want to test, because I would just like to have one of those for not every sheep color, but like the primary ones that I need, the grays and stuff like that. I wonder how many I might need for my lifestyle. And so I want to see how much wool I get out of that farm while I clean up my mess. After a build, we've always got these messy, empty, messy shulker boxes we have to clean up. And as I clean, I'm going to kind of time it and see how much wool do we get in that time. Okay, I just saw it eat, and then it got another one. Okay, that's it. That's right at 10 minutes. That's enough. That's enough. If you extrapolate 10 minutes out times 6, that's 1 hour. 14 times 6. 14 times 6. That's simple math. I'll do that in my head right now. 64 times... Wait, 6... A stack and 20 an hour from one sheep. I think that's actually... For the amount of time I spend over here, I think that's plenty. And then we set up just a couple different other sheep. And I think I can hide this guy a little better. He stands out quite a bit. But that's not bad. Oh no, minus 5, 9. Oh, that's 54 an hour. That's less than a stack an hour. Still, I might make 2 sheep things now. Yes, I might make 2 per wool. But that's cool. That's a fun little thing. I love those. I love those little sheep farms. They just make wool for you forever. I really thought I forgot to hit record right there. Goodness sake. Beat up just dusting a little rust off. It's perfectly fine. Scar and I, next episode, we're doing a trial chamber as well. Oh, it's going to be a little bit of a banger next episode, isn't it? Little bit of trial chamber action with 2 of the best Minecrafters you ever done seen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I love you to death, and we'll see you in the next episode.